Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Sorry about the glare, y'all. But good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. You can go ahead and tag and and share. Go ahead and share and share um, this live. Tell the people we're on for Wisdom Wednesday. I know I won't be before you long, but I do have some words of encouragement. Lord, I love you. Go ahead and tag, share, and invite someone. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. My worship. Hey, 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 y'all. Well, let me go ahead and get started again. You can go ahead and, if you haven't already done so, greetings to you. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. If you haven't already tagged someone to share the live listen, they can come back and they can watch it later on. Sometimes it's good for individuals to just come back and they may can't pop on at the time that maybe we're doing it right now, but they can come back and they can catch the replay. um but what I want to do is welcome those of you, if this is your first time joining Wisdom Wednesday. I want to tell you welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Hello to those individuals who is this is you you are consistent viewers. You view quite frequently. um to be a part of Wisdom Wednesdays, and I appreciate you. These are just small segments just for me to come and give a word of encouragement. Listen, you just never know what someone else may be going through, and I don't take this opportunity. I don't take this assignment. I don't take it lightly at all. But I wanted um to just give you some encouraging words on this evening, and I wanted to make this personal, because sometimes, a lot of times, people they may be going through things. You may be going through something right now. Listen, I mean, life happens. We all have things that we may go through at different times, during different seasons, different in different ways, and everybody handles situations differently. But in these last few days, even with the things that I may be have going on in my own surrounding, my own sphere, in my own personal life, um, I want to take the time to ask you, how you doing? Like Wendy Williams used to say, how you doing? I want to ask you, how are you doing? And it really, it's one thing that people always say the encourager needs encouraging too, and that is the truth. Oftentimes you may not know when individuals may be going through, especially if you're a person like myself. I tend to handle and go through situations and trials and different things in a totally different way. A lot of that is deal with wisdom, is deal with maturity, and then sometimes, listen, sometimes, let me tell you something. I found out during the years that no matter what, it's good. You can talk to people, you can boo-hoo, you can cry, you can do all of those things. But let me tell you something. First and foremost, having a relationship with the Lord and being connected to Him, not and understanding that, listen, none of us are exempt. And I say that all the time because it is true. Are exempt from trials and tribulations and storms and challenges and mountains and different things that stuff that may go on in our life. Nothing, none of us are exempt. So those things will happen, right? But I want to make sure that I say this. In these last few days, they have been quite a lot of people that I have encountered that have been going through some things. I say some things because I'm not the type of person, not unless people may call me, message me, or I may see them and I can see them being disturbed, that I'm going to ask, what's going on, this, that, and the other. One thing that I can tell you spiritually, you can tell when someone is going through, or their spirit may be grieved. And if you have a spiritual connection with the individuals, you will be able to feel it. You may not know. And sometimes some of y'all may be a little nosy, right? You may be a little nosy and want to know this and want to know that. And that's not important. What's important is that when people are going through like they are now, and there's a lot of, listen, I was talking to a few people in this last week, and I can feel the burdens. You understand what I'm saying? I can feel, even in the midst of my own stuff, but one thing about it, great is He that is in me than he that's in this world. And I know if He brought me to it, He gonna bring me through it. Do you understand? I understand that everything attached to me wins, although it may be looking grim or looking like the situation may be dire. So I understand that I've been through so many different things of where it's nothing but the Lord who has um allowed me to be um and to allow me to be where I am, and be able to be, no matter what is going on, storms, mountains, hurricanes, whatever, to be content and understanding that even in this we still win. Whatever you may going through, you're going to still win. You are victory. Do you understand? And so for those of you who may be going through something now, I want to ask you, how are you doing? You understand? No matter what the situation may be, this is not to the end. Do you understand? No matter what your situation may be, you will not die in this situation. You understand? You shall live. And I'm not talking about dying physically. I'm talking about dying in doubt, dying and want to quit, dying and feel like that's the only thing that you can do is giving up, is turning your back, retreating, doing. No, listen, you have to give yourself some grace. You understand? Whatever, if you made a bad decision, that's fine. Give yourself some grace. You understand? If you open the door that should have stayed closed, it's okay. Give yourself some grace. Go through it until you get to it, because you will be, understand, you will be able to do, um and be able to obtain and be able to go and be able to, have the door open, be able to meet whatever God has in His will for your life. Do you understand? But right now, why you may be in this particular situation or going through whatever it may be, I want you to know that you have people that are thinking about you, that are not just only concerned about what they may be going through and how they want to be whole, healthy, free. Do you understand? And happy. Whatever you may be going through, you may be going through a separation, you may be going through a divorce, you may be grieving the loss of a loved one, you may have lost your job. You may be in between decisions. You may be waiting on a loan to be approved. You may be in a financial situation. Your children may be going through some things. You may be going through some things yourself, emotionally, mentally, or physically. How are you doing? Don't think that people are not concerned about you, and please don't ever think that you don't matter. Okay, because you do. And nevertheless, no matter what you may be going through at this time, God is a God that He shall not lie. He's going to do exactly what He said He was going to do. It's just up to us to trust and believe. And timing, and I talked about that last week, is a process. Timing is a thing that is not according to how we think this should be. His time is not our time, okay? And that's just how it is. But I want you to know that you matter. So how are you doing? You got to take the time to breathe, sis, bro. You got to breathe. You understand? You got to give yourself the opportunity to relax, relate, release. Okay? You got to give yourself an opportunity to do that. You got to give yourself the opportunity to just breathe and stop smothering yourself and guilt, smothering yourself and pain, smothering yourself and doubt, smothering yourself and weariness. Don't you do it. You are loved. You are cared about. And as I said before, you matter. So don't you ever, ever, ever doubt. Don't you ever doubt the things that um you may be going through, and doubt that He can't bring you out of them. Don't you ever doubt that it may look like you're losing a situation now. And it may look like, okay, the ending is grim. It may look like, oh my God. But listen, He is the author and the finisher of our faith. So where does your faith lie? What are you speaking over your situation? What are you holding on to that you may need to let go? Let go and let God. Because listen, we can worry, we can cry, we can doubt, we can holler, we can fuss, we can fight, whatever. But that still is not going to change the predicament that we may be in. But faith can. Faith without works can. Casting your cares upon Him can and will. Allow Him to be the lead. Allow Him to do what He is going to do. Allow Him to make the what looks impossible possible, because He is a God that can turn anything around. So I wanted to come on this evening just to remind you, just to encourage you. Number one, trouble don't last always. Number two, to ask you, how are you doing? Because you matter. And know that even in this, victory is still yours. Don't you quit. Don't you give up. Don't you throw in the towel, because victory is still yours. I hope I've said something this evening that has, given you an unction in your spirit, give you some hope, allowing you, um, allowing you to do, and be what God has for you to do and to be. Right? Don't get caught up with the surrounding things, what things may look like. Keep your eyes on the hill, which cometh our help. Your help, my help, their help, His help, here cometh from the Lord. And I want you to remember that. Okay? I want you to remember that. I want you to remember that, where your help comes from, where your strength comes from, where your healing comes from, where your comfort comes from, where your freedom comes from. I want you to remember that. Yeah. Woo. And as long as you remember that, and you speak those things as though they are, and wait on the manifestation of the Lord. It may be situations that you in, that you got in yourself, or however the may be. We've all made bad decisions. We all made mistakes. We all, whatever the case may be. Do not be hard on yourself. Just keep the faith. Keep your eyes focused on Him and watch and see this thing through. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And I pray that listen, let me tell you something. It's only a matter of time. That's what I talked about Friday, that your situation will be turned around. Keep the faith, keep your heart right, keep your mouth talking right, and watch what God is going to do for you. In the meantime, those of you ladies who have not ordered a ticket for my event on November the 4th, go on my Facebook page, my regular personal Facebook page, We're Friends, or you can go on my Renovating Lives page and order you a ticket for the Mask Off Reveal the Veil event on November the 4th. Please go ahead, get your tickets before I cut off the purchase date. We're going to have a great time. It's a semi-formal event. So let me tell you something. Go ahead and get your stuff out together, get your hair did, whatever you need to do. But please get your ticket to be in the room. There's some exciting things that will be going on that particular night, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to be in the room with you. Until next time I see you on Wisdom Wednesday, be blessed and know, listen, after a while you'll be able to say, it's over now. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. No more cloudy days. They're all gone away. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. And declare that thing.